Hi everyone, it's Paddy here from arithmetichub.com, thanking you for choosing this video, but reminding you that whilst this is one method to solve questions like this, it's not the only method. With that being said, let's explore this concept a little bit further.
Hi everyone, so today we're going to have a look at 4-digit by 2-digit multiplication. Now 4-digit by 2-digit multiplication, it doesn't have to be 4 digits, it can be 3 digits. It's basically by multiplying by 2 digits, a number by 2 digits. And it's slightly different to when we're multiplying a number by 1 digit, but we're going to have a look at that whole method in a minute, because I would say this one is a 2-line method and multiplying by 1 digit is a 1-line method, but all that will become clear a little bit later on. So these are the types of questions you might see: 2,351 times 45 or 3,096 times 84. Notice it's not in a column at the moment, we are going to set it up into a column now. So let's go to our method section over here. So the method says, set up your 2-digit column method. That's the first thing we need to do. We're going to look at the first 3 first, and then we're going to do them and then come back to the next 2, okay? So set up your 2-digit multiplication column method first. The second part says, multiply all digits on the top row by the digit in the ones on the second row, or row 2. Okay, and then the third part says, cross out the second row digit in the ones and drop your 0. So we're just going to go to that point. First thing I need to do, set up my 2-digit multiplication column method. So I'm going to do 2,351 and I'm going to multiply it by 45, okay? And to help me, just as I'm starting out, I'm going to put on my place value columns, my ones, my tens, my hundreds and my thousands there like that. I'm going to rule it off. Okay, I've done my step 1. Step 2 says, multiply all the digits on the top row, this is the top row, by the digit in the ones column on the second row, or row 2. Okay, so this 5 is in the ones column on row 2. I'm going to multiply all of these digits, but I'm going to go ones times ones, tens times ones, hundreds times ones, thousands times ones. So we're going to start off in the ones column, then the tens, hundreds and thousands in the same way as we do in 4-digit by 1-digit multiplications. So let's start with this. 5 times 1 is going to give me 5. 5 times 5 is going to give me 25. So 5 goes in and then 2 we carry. I'm not going to write these too big because I'm going to need this next line in a minute, because that's why it's a 2-line method. So it looks like 25 though, because 5 times 5 was 25. 5 times 3 in the hundreds column is 15. 15 and 2 is going to give me 17. Remember, we're adding these carries, aren't we? We're doing the multiplication here, but any carries we are adding. And then 5 times 2 is 10. Add the 1 is going to give me 11 like that. Okay? Now let's go to step 3. Step 3 says, cross out the second row digit in the ones and drop your 0. Now this is the part that most people forget or make the most mistakes on. They don't remember to do this part. So I'm going to do this part here. I'm going to cross out the digit in the ones on the second row. I'm going to drop my 0. That's what I mean by dropping my 0. I've written a 0 in here because it shows now we're multiplying by 4 tens rather than 4 ones. When it was in the ones column, we were just multiplying it with each of the digits, but now we've multiplied by 40 here, aren't we? It's 45, so we're multiplying it by 40. We're multiplying it by 4 tens, so we've dropped the 0, because what that means is, for every calculation we're doing here now, 4 times 1, 4 times 5, 4 times 3, it's actually 40. We've moved the digits one place, so we've moved the digits one place by dropping that 0 there. So it's really important. We cross out the digit in the ones column, and we drop our 0. So now we're going to do exactly the same thing. We're going to go 1 times 4, 5 times 4, 3 times 4 and 2 times 4. So the ones times by the second digit, the tens times by the second digit, the hundreds times by the second digit, and then the thousands times by the second digit. Okay, so 1 times 4 is going to give me 4. 4 times 5 is going to give me 20. 0 in, carry the 2. Again, keep it small because we're going to need this line as well. 3 times 4 is going to give me 12. Add the 2 is going to give me 14. 2 times 4 is going to give me 8. Add the 1 is going to give me 9. I'm going to rule these off here, and now I'm going to do the final part. So the final part tells me I need to add the 2 parts of my answer. Well, here's the 2 parts of my answer, isn't it? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add these together. 5 add 0 is going to give me 5. 5 add 4 is going to give me 9. 7 add 0 is 7. 1 add 4 is 5. 1 add 9 is going to give me 10 there like that. Okay, so our answer is 105,795. Now let's have a little look at this one, okay? Just to have a little bit of extra practice of this method and get really familiar with doing this method, okay? So we've got 3,096 times by 84, okay? So 3,096, we're going to multiply it by 84. Let's put in our place value columns because we know that's helpful to start with. Ones, tens, hundreds and thousands. And again, as I say, once you get more used to this, you might not put your place value columns in, but to start with, it helps. Okay, same method. We've set up our 2-digit multiplication column method. Now we're going to multiply all the digits in this top row by the digit in the ones column on the second row first. So 6 times 4 is going to give me 24. 9 times 4 is going to give me 36. Add the 2 is going to give me 38. 0 times 4 is going to give me 0, add the 3 is going to give me 3, and 3 times 4 is going to give me 12. 2 goes in, carry the 1, but I have nothing here, so I can just write it straight in. Now immediately, my carries are a little bit too big here, so I'm actually going to rewrite these underneath a little bit smaller, just so I've got space. I don't want to be getting confused with these carries if they're too big, okay? Next step. We've done step 2, step 3, cross out the second row digit in the ones and drop your 0. So I'm crossing the 4 out and I'm dropping my 0 like that. Remember, that's a really important part of this method, and that's the main thing where people go wrong. If I'm checking my work on these, the first thing I need to check, do I have this 0 on this second line of my answer there like that? Okay, so we've done part 3, move on to part 4. Multiply all the digits on the top row by the digit in the tens on row 2. So 8 is now in the tens, so I'm going to be multiplying all of these by 8. 6 times 8 is going to give me 48. 9 times 8 is going to give me 72. Add the 6 is going to give me, add the 4 is going to give me 76, sorry. 0 times 8 is going to give me 0, add the 7 is going to give me 7, and 3 times 8 is going to give me 24. Okay, and now we go to the final part of the method, add the 2 parts of your answer. 4 add 0 is going to give me 4, 8 add 8 is going to give me 16, 3 add 6 is going to give me 9, add the 1 is going to give me 10, 0 down, carry the 1. 7 add 2 is going to give me 9, add the 1 is going to give me 10, 0 down, carry the 1 again. 1 add 4 is going to give me 5, add the 1 is going to give me 6, and 2 add nothing is going to give me 2. So my answer is going to be 260,064. I can write those in, I'm probably just going to write them underneath. 105,795 and 260,064. But don't feel the need to write them in every time. You can see where your method is, so you can see where your answer is. So when you're marking these calculations, you don't need to write them in there like that. You can just write them straight out in a column and tick or correct.
If you found this video useful, then I would massively appreciate you liking the video and subscribing to the channel. If you want to explore more methods or practice using the method we've looked at here, why not check out the teacher videos at arithmetichub.com. Arithmetic Hub has videos just like this on different methods, specifically targeting areas needed in Key Stage 2. There you can practice one particular skill, or generate your own sets of calculations designed to challenge your understanding of all the topics covered in Years 3 to 6.